video presentation about my position paper titled Prostitution, a Threat to Human Sexuality and Dignity. We're here to explore this topic together. This position paper presents a strong argument against prostitution, advocating for its criminalization as a means to protect human dignity and combat exploitation and violence. The paper highlights a harmful cycle of abuse and vulnerability that often accompanies prostitution, particularly affecting marginalized individuals. Money plays a crucial role in people's lives, leading them to participate in such activities like prostitution, where individuals exchange sexual services for payment. This sensitive issue challenges human dignity and sexuality. Contemporary debates revolve around whether to regulate, legalize, or criminalize prostitution. Many argue that financial instability drives individuals, particularly those lacking education and skills, to choose prostitution as their only means of earning income. According to AWO International, 800,000 women and girls are victims of prostitution. Poverty, unemployment, and poor socioeconomic opportunities make them unprotected into prostitution. During crises like in Davao City, with its problems and poverty, the number of victims rises around 4,000 prostitutes, with 40% under the age of 18 are estimated in Davao City. Sex workers face alarming rates of physical and sexual assault, with 71% experiencing physical assault and 68% enduring sexual assault, according to the study of the Journal of Interpersonal Violence. Marginalized groups, including transgender individuals and migrants, are disproportionately represented in the sex work industry and face heightened risk of violence and exploitation, as highlighted by the Amnesty International. Additionally, the World Health Organization warns that sex workers are at significantly higher risk of HIV infection, with rates up to 20 times higher in some regions. And they also have higher rates of sexually transmitted infections such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis, according to the review published of The Lancet. Legalizing or criminalizing prostitution has long been debated, with concerns about legalizing it leading to increased human trafficking and exploitation. While criminalization may deter such practices, maintaining societal values of dignity and respect for human rights. The Urban Institute highlighted that the importance of outlawing commercial sex solicitation, especially during crisis, as a means to combat human trafficking and exploitation. Prohibiting prostitution aims to uphold human dignity by preventing the devaluation and exploitation of individuals involved in the sex trade, fostering respect for all individuals, and challenging practices that undermine their rights. Prostitution is often associated with perpetuating gender inequality and aggression towards women, leading to stigma, bias, and harm for those engaged in sex work. Prostitution frequently leads to trauma and PTSD due to experiences of violence and exploitation, necessitating acknowledgement and targeted interventions to support the mental well-being and recovery of sex workers. Individuals involved in selling sex, particularly women, are at high risk of experiencing trauma, violence, and exploitation, highlighting the need for measures to address their vulnerabilities and promote their safety and mental health. Prostitution frequently leads to trauma and PTSD due to experiences of violence and exploitation, necessitating acknowledgement and targeted interventions to support the mental well-being and recovery for sex workers. According to the article titled Traumatic Association Amongst Men and Women Selling Sex in the Philippines, people who engage in selling sex are at risk of experiencing trauma, violence, abuse, and exploitation. Globally, women who engage in transactional sex, that is exchanged for cash or goods, frequently experience high rates of physical and sexual violence. Moreover, individuals who sell sex run in the danger of being victims of abuse, violence, and exploitation, depression, and PTSD. To conclude, the paper argues that prostitution comes from financial struggles, harms human dignity, It recommends making it illegal to protect people from exploitation and violence. Additionally, it stresses prevention efforts and support for sex workers to improve their lives. This involves raising awareness, enforcing laws, providing aid, and offering healthcare services. As youth, we play a crucial role in shaping the attitudes and behaviors of our peers when it comes to respecting our dignity and sexuality in a modern age. One way to encourage this is by initiating open and honest conversations within our communities. We can create safe spaces where individuals feel comfortable discussing topics such as consent, self-respect, and healthy relationships. Moreover, we should support each other's choices and challenge harmful stereotypes. By creating safe spaces, advocating for inclusivity, and promoting respect, we empower ourselves and our peers to embrace dignity and sexuality confidently.